Hello everybody, welcome to Deluxe Collectibles, and today I'm going to be doing my reaction and review for LEGO Ninjago Season 11, Episode 30, Awakenings. So this was the season finale for Season 11, so I was really excited to check out this episode, and if you want to see my full reaction to the episode, then you can head down to the top of the description where you'll be able to view the full uncut reaction on Google Photos. So if you'd like to see that, go check that out, because now we're going to be getting into my full spoiler review here, so I would advise that you've seen the episode before you watch this, or you're going to have no idea what I'm talking about. But at the beginning of the episode, it begins with a confrontation between Akita and Zane, and Lloyd's there as well. And Lloyd's basically trying to defend Zane from Akita, but of course Zane's still kind of the Ice Emperor right now, so he's not having any of that, and he just basically takes both of them down, and he fully freezes Akita, and then he freezes Lloyd, but kind of leaving his head exposed. And then General Vex comes in, and Zane's basically like, he's trying to end it, but he's kind of having hesitations there, and General Vex is like, just finish him. And then when Zane can't, he's like, fine, I'll do it myself. And General Vex grabs one of these staffs, and Zane's like kind of remembering stuff, and then General Vex says something that triggers Zane to remember kind of his kind of mantra that Zane kind of follows of protect those who cannot protect themselves, and that brings all of Zane's memories kind of rushing back to him, and then he blocks General Vex from attacking Lloyd, or finishing Lloyd basically. I would have assumed that he would have just fully frozen him over, not like killed him or anything, but basically he stops that, and then Zane remembers who he is and takes off the General Vex takes off the Ice Emperor mask, and it's kind of cool. I didn't even think about it that, yeah, it's probably just a face mask that he's wearing, but basically he does that. I have the episode here as well, so I don't forget any details. We also get to see like Kataru and the Old King kind of fighting against all of the ice warriors, or ice samurai, I suppose, and that was really cool to see as well. I like to see some more action for Kataru, especially because we didn't get to see too much of that for the character, so it was nice to get to view that as well. And then we cut to the actual main ninja here. I might have skipped ahead a little bit. Yeah, I did skip ahead a little bit. But in between when Akita gets frozen and when they defeat like the Ice Emperor basically, or turn Zane back, we get to cut back to the main ninja team, of course, and they're all in the land bounty, which has just crashed onto the Boreal, which is the dragon that Zane has created. I actually looked into that, and apparently Zane just fully created Boreal just out of ice, so that's pretty cool. Definitely shows that the Spinjitzu scroll kind of like enhanced his elemental abilities. So they've taken down the dragon, but then it gets back up, of course, because it's not going to be that easy. And then Nia basically has to remember her training from Sorrel, or I think that was her name. I'm pretty sure. I had it up on my computer so that I would remember. Sorla. That's it. I was just mispronouncing it. But she remembers her training from Sorla, how Sorla was kind of teaching her to control the ice, because fundamentally ice is still water, just frozen, of course. And Nia's able to do this, and she brings down like basically a whole bunch of ice spikes right into the dragon, and that takes it down momentarily, but it's not fully defeated. But I like this because you get to see Nia kind of have her moment, and then you get to have Kai have his moment, which I just totally saw coming. I was like, if someone's gonna defeat a dragon fully made of ice, I feel like it's gotta be Kai. But I'm glad that they let Nia help to kind of have her moment of like growth kind of come to a conclusion there. So then we get to see Kai channel all of his fire abilities, which was really cool because I like seeing his eyes turn like the orange, which was really awesome. And then he basically just disintegrates Boreal, so he takes them out, and that was really cool. So I like seeing that moment for the characters. So that kind of concludes their storylines in the season. And then we cut back to what I was explaining previously, how they get into a fight with Zane, and it's actually a really cool fight. I really enjoyed that. I thought it was very well done. I thought it had good like choreography between both of the characters there. I thought it felt like a very real fight and a raw fight as well, so it wasn't like Zane was really pulling any punches until the end where he kind of has to make the final blow on Lloyd, but then he kind of chooses not to, and then General Vex is of course going to make that final blow, but all the memories come back to Zane. He blocks it, kind of just looking here, and then basically Zane breaks the staff, and that releases everyone from being frozen. So that concludes that as well. So as you can see, they're doing a really good job of wrapping everything up, and we're only like 6 minutes into the episode at this point. So they're doing a very good job at that, because that's what I was nervous about, was that it was going to feel maybe a little bit rushed. But honestly, I didn't feel that way about it. Let me know your thoughts, of course, on how you felt about how they handled it. But then, basically, they just freeze General Vex, and then all of the ninja arrive. They're all reunited. The old king gets to return to the temple, which is really great as well. So, kind of peace is restored. And what I found interesting was that they just let General Vex kind of go. Like, they just send him off again to kind of wander around. And it's like, it's a little bit dangerous, considering he could always find some sort of other way to try to sabotage you guys, but I guess they presume that there's really no other power that he could sort of possess. But still a little bit interesting there, the choice they kind of make. But I like seeing the reunion as well between Akita and what's his name, Kataru, and I thought that was really great. I was excited to see that. And then we get to see, which honestly I kind of forgot about this part of it, that they have to return to Ninjago. So they go to Sorla, and she's kind of explaining that no matter how many of these leaves that they get, it's really not going to do them any good. But then Cole pulls out like that fully grown kind of like fruit from the tree, and she's like, yeah, that's gonna work. And so they basically use that, open up a portal so that they're able to return to Master Wu and Ninjago, of course, Pixel. And it's a really nice reunion. I love getting to see Zane kind of reunite with Sensei Wu and Pixel as well, of course. And then we get to see, which was nice, a goodbye between Cole and Crag, because they kind of had a close relationship throughout part of the season. So that was really nice to see as well. And then we get to see Lloyd as well get to say bye to Akita, and Akita gives him a little kiss on the cheek, so that was nice. I was happy with that sort of conclusion there, because honestly, I can't really say if we'll see Akita again. I would honestly like to. I really like the character, but there just isn't very much else to do in this realm, so it would kind of have to be a situation where Akita would have to come to them, or they would have to go to her for like her help with something. So I doubt that she would return anytime soon, but it would be nice to see her return in a future season down the line, because I did like the character, and I like the relationship between her and Lloyd. I like the relationship between Harumi and Lloyd maybe a little bit more, but that's of course before Harumi kind of goes crazy and just betrays them all. But yeah, I like the relationship between Akita and Lloyd quite a bit. And then we get to see Kataru and Akita turn into their animal forms, and then just kind of Akita howls at the sun, and the season ends. And that's it for season 11. I gotta say, it was a really good conclusion. The first half of the season was definitely the weaker part, with the like Asphira and the fire serpents. Like, it just wasn't as strong, and I didn't really like those villains as much. I liked the confrontation between Asphira and Wu. Like, I like that from the past, and them kind of explaining more of the history of Ninjago. I like them expanding that. But just in the present, the villain wasn't as good, but definitely the second half of the season really makes up for it, in my opinion. I really enjoyed it quite a bit. I thought it was really good. The Ice Emperor, I thought that he was a menacing villain for the season, and I liked how, like, I was about to call him Klaus. I always make the comparison between General Vex and Klaus. I feel like they're kind of similar, because they're kind of like their right-hand man to, like, the main villain of the season, and I really liked him because it didn't feel like he was, like, stupid or anything. Like, in the first half of the season, Asphira had Char, and Char came off as a little bit, like, not the brightest snake in their little fire serpent clan. So nothing wrong with that character really, but like, it just didn't really work for me. I don't really care for the comical relief sort of like villains, and I liked how the Ice Samurai weren't that either. Like, they weren't used for any puns or anything, so I did enjoy that as well. So just overall, I thought they did a good job with everything in the second half, so I would say I preferred the second half to the first half of the season. But overall, season 11 was still really good. I enjoyed it quite a bit, and overall, I think I would give this season, like, it's not a definitive score, because I might do something more in depth with this season at some point where I really analyze it, but honestly, it would probably get a 4 out of 5, I would say. I thought it was a really good season overall, and I really enjoyed this finale, so I like how they stuck the landing pretty well in my opinion. But now I want to hear your opinion on the season. Let me know down below in the comments section what you thought of season 11, and are you excited for season 12? I know I'm not super up to date on it because now season 13's airing currently, but I'm gonna go through all of the episodes of season 12 and I'll do reaction videos for all of them. So if you want to see that, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate the support, and if you liked this video, be sure to leave a like. And I just hope you enjoyed, and I really appreciate the support. But I will see you all next time, and always remember, keep on collecting.